Hello all, Seriously is here, back for some more Gone Fishin'. I guess an epilogue episode as I've caught all of the fishies. We've already shown all of the glyph addresses, but we're going to do that again today. It's already nighttime here, so it's nice and dark here. This is the toxic fishing base. We're going to have a very similar glyph address in a second at the haunted fishing base, but we'll go there in a sec. But we have, or had, there it is, my skiff down here. Go into the cold storage. Here we have all of the legendary fish in the game. They are not sorted by what type they are. I couldn't fit all of the legendaries and rares into the cold storage by themselves. Got a couple of legendaries over here. Most of the uncommons fit in my main inventory there. You can see them. Let's get off the skiff and we'll go to the regular inventory screen here. The rest is in the starship. Couple uncommon left over there. Look at all, there's just endless amounts of fish. I even have stuff on the freighter. Couple of common fish that wouldn't fit, and all of the Flotsam plus the angler's messages. Look, by the way, they got their glyph addresses back. It doesn't say the weird code symbol anymore. It actually says the proper thing. These are a couple of the opened up versions of these. We could also open up the rusted technology and get something like this to install, but I don't want to install bad tech, so I'm just going to leave them as rusted technology. So it's really loud. There we go. Jeez Louise. We're going to go into the cataloging guide anyway and showcase them there. That's the easiest spot to see all your fish in the proper order. Finally, a whole page all colored in. Even this one here is actually colored in. It's just, it is a gray and black fish. We caught a lot of these. The general fish are massively common on every planet compared to everything else. If we go back into the inventory, we have, for example, here we go. Giant rays, 56 giant rays compared to the lush ray, giant sun ray, also uncommon. We got 4 of those. And then we finished our lush fishing. This was a high temperature. We got 7 of them before we finished high temperature fishing. It looks like gamma here. No, this is toxic from this planet here. Bitter scale ray, 3 of them before we caught all of our toxic fish. So we caught 56 of these in catching all of the various other fish from all the other kinds of planets there are. High temperature, arid, toxic, also high temperature. So there are 2 different rays. I tried to group them by what they are. All the starfish are here. All of the flatfish are there. A couple of sharks, octopus, clamshells, etc. But there's just so many, and I didn't get the legendary fish at all. But they're all caught. Let's go back to the guide once more. Every page, all filled in. Finally, all done. All done the fishing trip. Gone Fishin' is done fishing. And there we go, last page. I have everything caught, at least one of. If we go and take a look at this. Oh my god, I'm just gonna turn the sound off, game. I'm really just, there you go, see? Gotta threaten it. We caught lots of doubles of those common fish. This is caught all across the galaxy. 8 of those legendary, 13 of these golden jellyfish all across the galaxy. Basically anything that there's like 5 or more of are probably all across the galaxy. Yeah. Snails are only, these are small, so they're usually caught in shallow water, so there's less of them. I did most of my fishing in the deep water. 11 dragonfish, lots of legendary fish using bionic bait. Oof, wow, that was a very powerful sneeze, excuse me. Alright, so bionic bait, bionic lure is the one I use the most. I basically made this and used absolutely none of it. I used maybe a few fish I caught with spicy chum. If you can make this one, definitely make this one. It catches the legendary fish a lot better. This one, this one, this one, this one, So those are the 5 baits I used to catch all the fish. This one was for catching common fish. We're getting out of here. Let's head over to the haunted fishing base, where it might be just as loud, but it's in the star system, so it should be a nice quick warp. Yeah, we got a storm going on here. There are storms possible on each of the planets for these bases, so you will be able to catch your storm fish at each of these glyph locations. Let's check this one out. Haunted fish at our haunted fishing base here. Interesting, ominous skies. Look at those lightning bolts in the background. Cool. Alright, that's that glyph address. Go back to here in some silence. Were we in the inventory? Why was it so loud? I think we were in the inventory. Yeah, fishing bait. We can put them into the fishing rod. We'll take a peek at them here. The dangling orb, 35%, and that's the same as the nighttime orb. This attracts daytime fish, so I was using that for that. Shadow lure, nighttime fish, 35% rarity improvement. Caught a couple nighttime fish with those. And this was used for the common fish and the uncommon fish when I didn't want to catch. When all of the legendary fish had been caught using the bionic lures, I would switch over to mealworms just so I would guarantee, well, not guarantee, but have a much lower chance of catching legendary and rare fish, and would focus on the common and uncommons. Yeah, so that's all I needed was those 4, and then this one for stormfish. But again, the hardest part about stormfish wasn't the lure. You could leave this on and probably catch all of your stormfish, or this on if they're common stormfish. It's just getting the storms to happen and to last long enough for you to fish long enough to catch all of those stormfish. So that's how you get the stormfish, the nighttime fish, the daytime fish, the legendary fish, and the common fish. The other thing, and the reason why most of my bases feature a spot for some deep sea fishing, and over off of that end is a hut through that teleporter for some low end or shallow fishing, because it does make it a lot faster to catch the various kinds of fish in your catalog and guide. Why does it keep switching off of that? Small aquatic creature typically found in shallow water. I have not found any of them that say small, typically found in deep water. It seems to be correlated pretty much exclusively small fish caught in shallow water, colossal fish caught in the deepest water. That's basically the scale that it goes with. You can catch any fish in any depth of water. You don't need to fish in shallow or deep water, but you're going to have a much easier time catching your shallow fish, especially when you're fishing for something that is a rare, legendary rare or legendary fish that is also small. So let's see here, we have some legendary fish, a colossal one. Catching this fishing only in shallow water would take a long time. This is a large, you're going to want to fish for these two together. This one here is a medium, so you want to fish for this one here and this one here in some shallow water, because when you are fishing, if the storm has ended, we can go out there and see. It looks really loud. I'm not going out there. Let's move along to the next base, and maybe it'll be quiet there. We were right there. This one did not pan out. No storms. Very nice looking base, but no storms. Let's go to Soggy Bottom. That is a nice lush planet. It's actually a swamp, but it's got your lush, humid fish. So we'll show the glyph of the dress of this one again. As I was going to say, if we can get outside and it's not stormy, we can actually see the fish on our line. I saw a lightning bolt there. All right. It doesn't seem too loud. Okay. Let's head over to the shallow end of this lush base here. Fireplace. Thank you. If we cast our line in the water here and we actually watch the fish that swim around it, we will see different sizes of fish here than we will in the deep water. We can see there's 2 or 3 medium fish, and a small fish is biting at it. We can see the size of it. That will be a small fish when I pull it in, no matter what we get on the end of the line. We have no bait, so it might just be flotsam. But if we catch a fish, it's going to say a small fish, a small aquatic feature typically found in shallower water. So if we go to slightly deeper water, cast our line over here, what do we got? 20, 30 feet, 40, 50 feet deep. We should see some mediums and larges gathered. There's a large and a medium around it, or 3 mediums perhaps. Hard to tell the mediums and the larges apart. And we have a medium biting it. I think that might be medium. Might be large, might be medium. Without variety in the types of fish swimming around, it's hard to tell what you got. A medium size, so all of those swimming around it were medium-sized fish. And the more you fish, the more you're going to see the same types of fish gathered around your line in the same depths of water. So I have noticed medium depths of water, you will see more medium-sized fish swimming around your line, biting at your line, and etc. And same in shallow water, you're going to see a lot more small fish swimming. You're not going to see colossal fish even swimming around it very often. That's a medium fish right there. A medium-sized. Doesn't say anything about depth. If we head over to the deep end, 80 units deep over on this side, you can see a couple of big fish. Let's see what swims up to it. That looks like a large, but it might be a medium. Hard to tell. We're standing on the roof or a lot further away. I think it's a large. No, that's a medium, but you will notice the size difference when there are big ones. You'll be like, that is definitely going to be a colossal fish. You can tell small, and there's a colossal swimming around. That is not the one that's going to bite at the line. It will be a new one that pops up, but you can see the size difference here, and we didn't see any of those appear over at our other line. Looks like a colossal fish is going to bite at this. So a reef shark or something, probably a common colossal fish. Stone scale shark, a colossal aquatic creature, common, yeah. All right, so that's how you catch your various depths and sizes of fish. The size doesn't really matter for catching the whole list of fish in your catalog and guide. Let's go and show the glyph address of Soggy Bottom here. Nice swamp planet fishing base to catch all your humid fish at. And now if we go to the next one. You will, of course, need to have Discovery Services to see these. All have been uploaded, but if you don't have this, if this is disabled, you can only see your own bases when that happens, unfortunately. Gamma fish. There we go. There's the screenshot. Hey, look! Discovery Services came back online. The screenshot updated. So, Big Tony was the procedural name, so I kept it in as no other meaning. Pretty much gone over all of the tips and tricks I have for catching your fish. Use the baits I mentioned for the various things that they say that they're for. And the depths of fishing also really help narrow down ones that you are looking for. I think I mentioned all the way through, I've been using the No Man's Sky Assistant app website. You don't have to go and download an app if you don't have a smartphone, or you don't want to use a smartphone or an app. You can just use their website like I did. And here we have our Gamma fishing base. There we go. Glyph address on that one. Obviously, shallow water by the island, and deep water out in the middle of the lake. And some nice winged dogs here to keep company. They're very peaceful. They are not aggressive. They are not even predators. Alright, we did Gamma. Let's go get some frozen fish. Something I did notice about the frozen fish base is that the wing that I have going off the edge for deep water is not the deepest spot you can fish at. You can fish deeper right at the fireplace hub. So right off the balcony, I'll show you when we get there. In fact, if you want to fish right beside the comfort of the fire, you can fish right through the floor. You don't have to fish outside of any of these bases. But if we fish right here outside this window, I believe we get something like 78 or 80. Yeah, we can get up to 80 here off of one of these sides. I can't remember which side it is. A nice cold water fishing base here. So yeah, off of this edge, I think the depth that I can get to is 78 maximum, and I get to like 82, something right outside this door somewhere. I can't remember where, but the whole range, 70 plus is all you need to catch colossal fish very commonly. So any of your legendary colossal fish come to this end, any of your small legendary fish come to that end, and similarly for your common fish, just switch your baits to a common bait. Let's go back to the volcano planet for your hot fish. The skull stopped showing up. That's unfortunate in my screenshot. I have noticed that despite the portal being upstairs, outside in this base, that I often get deposited into the cabin, which is fine by me. It makes sense. This is where I would want to be. It's nice and cozy by the fireplace right here, but the portal is upstairs, so it's interesting that it puts us down inside here, but it's nice and safe. It's the only shelter on the whole base. Volcano fishing base here for your hot fish. Nice to have those volcanoes in the background. The skull probably will not draw because we're not at this end. No. But if we go down to that end, we'll see it. We can even stand on it. Unfortunately, down at this end, the volcanoes in the background disappear. We're going to portal away from inside the nice cozy fireplace sounds instead of the portal storm sounds out there. And from there, we go to desert, and that's the last one. I have a lush fishing base, but we already showed Soggy Bottom. That's the one we're giving the glyph address away for. I did catch a couple of lush fish there, but I had already caught all of my lush fish before I built that base, thinking that it was a swamp planet for toxic fish. And it is not. So desert fishing is our last glyph address. One of the more basic bases, but it does feature a extreme wind-proof shelter on the deep end. If you're having an extreme wind event at this base, because it can happen, you can lock yourself into that one with a garage door and not have to worry about it. So let's get a glyph address here for the desert fishing base. I really like the planets in the background here. The ringed planet dipping down under the horizon. We could get some daylight up here, could we? There we go. Pretty deserty colors, oranges and browns. Oh, and the storm is clearing. Good timing. But yeah, that has basically been it for my fishing trip. I am very happy to have collected all of the fishing things. I'm still going to be keeping this save called the Collector, not changing my title to the angling one that we got from the expedition. Very happy with the fishing rod multi-tool. It was a lot of fun, and this is still a nice relaxing thing to do when you just want to log into the game and do something. Oh, okay, but again, they gotta fix that noise. It's really, really, really loud. There we go. And it's unfortunate you can't look at your character with your fishing rod out. If we go like this, I just spin around in a circle. I would have to go into camera mode here myself with the fishing rod out. So, to wave goodbye, we'll do that and say, until next time, have a good time.